Scores of Indian nationals lured with fake job offers and sold to cyber fraud cafes in Thailand, Cambodia, Laos and Myanmar have finally been rescued. Yes, viewers, around 540 Indians lured into a cybercrime network have been rescued from Thailand and other countries. An Indian Air Force flight carrying 283 rescued nationals returned yesterday, and a second flight is bringing back the rest from Mae Sot in Thailand today. These nationals were lured with fake job offers and sold to fake call centers involved in cyber fraud. These persons were subsequently made to indulge in cybercrime and engage in other fraudulent activities in scam centers operating in regions along the Myanmar-Thailand border. They were rescued by the Myanmar army. Indian embassies in Myanmar and Thailand secured the repatriation in coordination with local authorities. They were brought to Mae Sot city in Thailand, from where they are now being flown back to Delhi. Well, the Golden Triangle region in Southeast Asia, where the international borders of Thailand, Laos and Myanmar meet, is a cybercrime hotspot where such fake call centers operate. The government said it keeps warning of such rackets that target Indians with fake job offers. It has advised people to verify the foreign employers through the Indian missions abroad, the recruiting agents and even companies before accepting any such job offer. Last December, an agent accused of luring several young Indians to commit such crimes was arrested from Hyderabad. And while over 500 have been rescued, hundreds and thousands more from India and across the globe continue to languish in heavily guarded buildings operated by groups that have pushed them into forced labor. So where are these operations underway? How did they trap lakhs of people? What is the amount of funds that they have been siphoned by these cyber criminals? These are the big burning questions. And to tell us more on this, I'm now being joined live from our newsroom by our chief news editor, Nabarun Goswami. Nabarun, just the amount of people that were trapped here, that are being rescued, and even so many more who are still trapped there, just goes to show the scale of this fraudulent operation, isn't it?
Absolutely, Ronak. In fact, this has turned into a big humanitarian crisis. Even the rescue efforts has itself turned into a humanitarian crisis. Before we come to that, let's try and understand what the scam is all about. Well, eligible candidates are selected from across the globe, from India and neighboring countries and beyond Asia also. And they are lured with lucrative offers from Thailand, office jobs in places like Thailand, Cambodia, Laos and even Myanmar. When they go there, they're crammed into buildings and armed groups hold them hostage, and they are made to work, sit at a computer for 15 to 16 hours a day and work as cyber criminals. And you will be surprised, shocked that from Asia alone in the year 2023, from Asia alone, funds to the tune of $37 billion have been siphoned off by these groups who operate these buildings, who operate these firms where these people who are being trapped from various countries, who go into thousands, lakhs. In fact, an estimate says around 3 lakh people are still trapped in these countries doing this job of a cyber criminal, of a cyber fraud. They're unable to get out. Their passports are confiscated the moment they enter, and they're trapped there in the most unhuman conditions which we cannot imagine. Now, last month, Ronak, in a crackdown, around 7,000 people were rescued, but that has once again turned into another crisis now. Most of these people are now in the border in Myanmar waiting to be rescued. They are there living again in crammed areas, and they're waiting to get rescued. Of course, India has taken the initiative. 540 Indians rescued, around 283 are being brought today, and the others were already flown in yesterday. But not all countries are taking initiatives like India. In fact, China and India are the two countries which have been taking initiatives to bring their nationals back from these camps. Now, what is happening is that Ronak, Thailand, where these trapped people are being transported, can only transport around 300 to 500 people per day. They cannot do more than that. So imagine 7,000 people still waiting to be rescued. Only 300 can pass. So the crisis will take days and months to even rescue the people who have already been rescued. So this is the condition, and these people, they are living in the most inhuman conditions, unhuman conditions, and they are this entire network mostly operates in the border along Thailand and Myanmar. The Thai authorities have on multiple occasions tried to put a crackdown on these operations. They have cut power supply, they have tried other things, but these groups, these armed groups, most of them are from Myanmar. They have still been able to operate these illegal centers of cyber fraud. So that's a very concerning development, and it will need a collective effort not just by Thailand, Myanmar also, and all other nations, to ensure a proper crackdown in these centers, because around 3 lakh people are still operating. That's a conservative figure. That's what the reports are saying. The crackdown began when a Chinese actor was actually trafficked into Thailand in promise of an acting job, and then he got trapped in one of these cyber criminal centers. It was his girlfriend who ran a viral initiative on social media that prompted the Chinese government to swing into action, and then he was rescued, and that had actually exposed the sheer size of these illegal operations. Even in India, the government has been warning its citizens against any lucrative job offers from outside, and has always advised them to first consult the Indian embassies there before taking any job offer. That is very important. So even now we have thousands of Indians, hundreds of Indians also trapped in these illegal centers from across the country, from southern states, from Punjab, from other parts, and of course the government is trying its best to get them back, but it's not easy. Most of these areas where these operations go on, these illegal operations go on, are inaccessible, and not much is being done as far as the crackdown is concerned. So this is a serious situation, and for those having a dream of working outside the country, they need to be very careful. It could be a job offer anywhere in Europe, and you might still land in Thailand or Cambodia or Laos or Myanmar. You never know. This is how these the middlemen, they work. They literally trap these youths. Some of them are actually highly educated. You have to understand the nature of the job is such, you have to be educated. So a lot of the future of youths at stake here, and this, Ronak, is a very serious situation. Absolutely, very serious situation indeed, and one that calls for concerted efforts from all the affected nations to tackle this massive network. Thank you very much, Navran Goswami, for all those details.